How's it going, guys? Eric here from Techisode TV, and in today's Techisode, we're going to be taking a look at 100 reasons why the Galaxy Note 5 is awesome. If you missed my other videos where I cover 100 reasons why other flagship smartphones are awesome, you can check those out by clicking the banner above or the links in the description. Also, if at any point during this video you want to know how a specific feature works, maybe how to enable it or set it up, head over to the Techisode TV website at techisode.tv. I'll have an article that details how to do everything you see in this video. I also need to throw out one quick disclaimer. I am not saying that the Galaxy Note 5 is the only phone with any of these features. That is not the case. There are definitely some other phones that have some of these features, and that makes those phones awesome too. Now that the disclaimer is out of the way, let's get started. It has SideSync, which recently got a major upgrade. It allows you to automatically connect your Note 5 to your PC or Mac anytime both devices are on the same Wi-Fi network. Once connected, you can see your Note 5 screen right on your computer and literally do anything on your Note 5 as if you were holding it in your hand. All of your notifications will also show up on the computer, and you can reply to any texts, emails, or any other message right from the computer without ever touching the phone. You can also answer phone calls using any microphones and speakers connected to your computer. You can enable SOS messages, which activate when you triple-click the power button. This will snap a picture with both the front and rear camera, record a few seconds of audio, then send the pictures, the audio, and your GPS location to any emergency contacts you set up. It has optical image stabilization, which helps remove shake and blur from your photos and videos by literally moving the camera itself inside the phone. It also has video digital image stabilization, which combines with the optical image stabilization to give you an even steadier shot. You can quickly access Action Memo on any screen by holding down the S Pen button and double tapping the screen. Action Memo allows you to handwrite anything you want, then automatically convert it to text and save it as a contact, search for it on Google Maps, directly message someone, directly call someone, directly email someone, search for the text on the internet, create a to-do list that links to your calendar, or save the note for later. You can also add a reminder, share the note as an image, scroll through the note with 2 fingers, quickly save the current note and start a new one, and write a reminder and pin it to your home screen so you don't forget about it. It has a powerful 64-bit processor and 4 GB of DDR4 RAM, which together make the Note 5 noticeably faster than the Note 4 and also helps improve battery life. It has fast charging, which can charge your phone from 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes. That's enough juice to get some people through an entire day. It also has built-in fast wireless charging, which is over 30% faster than normal wireless charging and can charge your Note 5 from 0 to 100% in just 2 hours. It has Samsung Pay. Think of this like Apple Pay or Google Wallet on steroids. Not only can you tap to pay, but you can also place your Note 5 next to any traditional card reader and make that card reader think you just swiped a real credit card. That means you can even use the Note 5 to pay at the mom and pop store down the street. No NFC required. To learn more about this technology, check out the link in the description. There's a Pro camera mode, which allows you to manually adjust the white balance if the colors don't look quite right, the focus if you want to get a stylized shot or just want a macro shot, the ISO from 50 to 800, the shutter speed from 1/24,000th of a second to capture very fast-moving objects, all the way up to 10 seconds, which, when paired with a tripod, can make for fun shots with a laser pointer or great nighttime landscape shots. However, while the nighttime shots are vastly better than what you could get with a Galaxy S6, Note 4, or any iPhone, they aren't as good as what you'd get with the LG G4. The Pro camera mode also has a bunch of effects you can apply to the picture, including 2 that are customizable. You can turn on Air View and get extra information when you hover the S Pen over different areas of the screen. These include extra details about calendar events, a preview of photos within an album, or a larger view of a specific photo with shortcuts to do different things with that photo, a video preview when hovering over a video's progress bar, short descriptions for buttons, the ability to scroll up or down web pages, photos, and more just by hovering over the top, bottom, or sides of the screen, a preview of a link that someone sent you, a preview of an email, finally be able to access drop-down menus in the web browser without getting redirected to the first menu you select, and much more. You can use the Samsung Smart Switch app to quickly transfer all of your contacts, calendar events, text messages, photos, music, videos, call logs, memos, alarms, and Wi-Fi settings from many iOS and Android devices. This makes switching to a Samsung device easier than ever. You can take 16 megapixel photos and zoom in super far without losing much detail. To put this into perspective, here's a shot of the back of a car. You can just make out the last two license plate numbers, 2, 3. Now here's how far away I was when I took that photo. By the way, I took that photo with one hand while I was walking with a bag and a tablet in my hands, so there's your optical image stabilization test as well. The gallery has various ways that you can view your photos. You can view them by time, organize them by custom albums, view only special events like concerts, birthdays, sports games, and other similar events, or even organize them by categories that are automatically generated based on what's in the photos. The pictures are automatically analyzed and categorized, so there's no setup on your part. You can also add photos to a favorite section quickly and easily by tapping the star icon while viewing a photo. There's even a search option to quickly find a specific photo or group of photos. You can change the theme of the entire device. Typically, you're limited to changing icons and backgrounds, but changing a theme on the Note 5 even changes the menus, dialer, and other system apps. It has customizable, always-on voice commands, but only for S-Voice. Okay, Samsung. Remind me to buy the Gear S2 smartwatch on October 2nd.
Here's your task for October 2nd. Ready to save it?
Yes.
Your task called Buy the Gear S2 smartwatch has been saved.
You can also enable always-on voice commands through Google Now, but you'll either need the screen on or have the phone charging to use it. Okay, Google. When will my package arrive?
Your most recent Amazon order has shipped. The estimated delivery date was September 28th.
It has a Touch ID-like fingerprint reader where you only have to touch the home button to unlock the device. You can also use this to make payments in the Samsung App Store and log into any accounts using the built-in internet browser. And once the Note 5 gets Android Marshmallow, you'll be able to use the fingerprint reader for even more. You can double tap the home button to get to the camera app in less than 1 second. If you press and hold the button on the S Pen, you can drag and select text no matter where it is, even if you can't normally select it with your finger. This also works for selecting groups of files or groups of photos, which makes setting up folders or sharing multiple photos much easier. You can add up to 3 app shortcuts to the Air Command menu. This is particularly useful if you add shortcuts to S Pen specific apps like S Note, Scrapbook, and your favorite drawing or note-taking app. If you hold the power button for a couple seconds, you get the option to turn on emergency mode, which gives you quick access to a flashlight, alarm sounds, a quick way to share your location with emergency contacts, maps, one-touch 911 dialing, and a few other apps, while disabling pretty much everything else to drastically extend your battery life in an emergency situation. This is an invaluable feature if you're ever in an accident and need immediate assistance. You can live stream to YouTube in full 1080p right from your Note 5. There's a built-in heart rate monitor that's more advanced than the one that just uses your phone's camera and flash. Besides measuring your heart rate, this can also measure the oxygen saturation in your blood. There's a fully customizable Do Not Disturb mode that can be set to a schedule. You can even allow exceptions for your favorite contacts. It's made out of aluminum and Gorilla Glass 4 with a curved glass back to make it easier to hold with one hand. If you take out the S Pen when the screen is off, you can quickly write a note without ever turning the screen on. Once you're done writing the note, just put the S Pen back in and the note will be saved automatically. It has power saving mode that allows you to save up to hours of battery life without sacrificing any apps or features. It also has ultra power saving mode, which allows you to get up to 18 days of standby battery life and 2 days of usage time. You can record in 4K, which is literally taking an 8.3 megapixel picture 30 times a second. It has a built-in parallax effect that gives the illusion of depth between your apps and your wallpaper. It has app pinning, which locks the Note 5 into a specific app. This is great for handing your phone to a child to play a game, or handing it to someone so they can make a phone call. The only way to get out of the app is to hold both the recent apps and back buttons at the same time, or by using your fingerprint for added security. The clock app icon shows the real time, and the calendar app icon shows the real date. It has Samsung Knox, which won the GSMA Award Best Security Product of the Year for 2015, and was approved by the NSA, so government employees can own a Note 5 and not have to worry about a security breach on their phone. There's an automatic rear camera selfie mode which vibrates to let you know when your face is in the frame, then vibrates again once it takes the picture. No more worrying about missing your face with a rear camera selfie. It has private mode, which allows you to hide any family pictures, videos, music, files, or more behind your fingerprint or password. When you leave private mode, the files won't show up at all. Then, when you reactivate private mode with your password or fingerprint, all of your files will be visible again. It has multi-window, which allows you to have 2 apps open at the same time. This is particularly useful for things like posting something on Twitter while watching a YouTube video. Multi-window also has the ability to copy content from one app to another simply by dragging and dropping. You can download a Samsung exclusive app called SoundCamp, which is a full-blown music creation app with over 20 different instruments and effects, and up to 8 individual tracks with all the editing tools you'd expect in a music app, including a piano roll and much, much more. You can schedule messages to be sent on a specific day and time. Never forget to send someone a birthday text again. It has a 5 megapixel front-facing camera and a wide selfie mode for group selfies, which is effectively like taking a panorama photo with the front-facing camera. Swiping your palm across the screen takes a screenshot. You can also use the traditional method of holding the home and power buttons. S-Finder searches all of your photos, messages, documents, settings, apps, Google, and much more, all in one convenient place. The settings menu has its own dedicated search bar to help you find any specific settings you're looking for. Say goodbye to tapping through endless submenus. You can set up shortcuts for your most frequently used settings so they always show up front and center when you enter the settings menu. The front-facing camera can record in 2K resolution, and the audio with both the front and rear cameras is recorded in stereo and sounds very crisp and clear. You can disable bloatware that carriers install on your phone quickly and easily by dragging and dropping from your app store. You can enable direct pen input, then tap the T icon anywhere you can enter text to handwrite words instead of using the keyboard. This mode comes complete with a bunch of different editing gestures and can convert your handwriting to text in over 50 different languages. Also, if you use direct pen input to send a text, you can switch to hand drawing mode to attach a drawing to your text. Many notifications have quick actions to accomplish various tasks right from the notification shade. These include the ability to reply to a message or call the person back directly, and much more. Pop-up messages allow you to quickly reply to a message without interrupting the app you currently have open. Your alarms also work with this pop-up feature. It has Quick Connect. Think of this like AirDrop on the iPhone, but up to 10 times faster when you connect to a Wi-Fi Direct capable device. You can also connect to any Bluetooth device that's capable of transferring data, which is most laptops and smart devices in general. Simply put, this allows you to quickly transfer photos, music, documents, or anything else you have stored on your Note 5 to just about any other device within Wi-Fi or Bluetooth range. Raising the phone to your ear while in the Messages app or the Contacts app will automatically call the person you are currently messaging or the contact you're currently looking at. Swiping across a contact either directly calls or messages them depending on which way you swipe. This also works in the Messages app. Putting your palm on the screen when receiving a call automatically silences the call. You can do the same by turning the phone face down. Smart Alert for notifications will make your phone vibrate briefly when you pick it up if you have any unseen notifications. The Calculator app turns into a scientific calculator when you turn it sideways. You can quickly share access to your home or office wireless network with many other Samsung smartphone owners without having to give the other person your password. You can even limit the amount of time their connection is good for if you don't want them hopping on sometime later. The interview mode in the voice recorder app records just the audio of you and the person in front of you while canceling out any sounds that come from the sides of the phone. This makes for clearer audio playback in noisy environments. You can also bookmark different parts of the recording so you can find specific parts of the interview quickly, skip silent parts of the interview, play a specific section of the interview on repeat, change the playback speed, skip sections of the interview based on who is speaking, name the people in the interview, and trim the recording. Pop-up calls allow you to finish what you were doing before answering a call. Easy mode makes the interface so simple that it can help the most technologically challenged people feel like smartphone geniuses. You're locked to a home screen, a contact screen, and a quick app screen. You can add extra contacts and app screens, but that's about it. Samsung even added a help button in case this was still too advanced for some users. This is a great feature for people who want to learn how to use smartphones but are worried about complex menus and accidentally removing things. The front-facing camera has real-time HDR, which makes for great selfies even when the sun is directly behind you. You can download Samsung's Kids Mode app, which locks kids into a safe and fun app. The only way out of this app is with a pin that you set up. You can enable Gesture Wake Up, which allows you to turn your screen on by waving your hand over it. This is handy for quickly checking your missed messages if your hands are messy. Long pressing on text in various apps brings up a few actions for the text. One of those actions is to look the word up in a dictionary, which quickly defines the word for you in a pop-up. You can also do a quick Google search on the word to get even more information. You can add favorites to the Messages app that stay at the top for quick access. If you don't want to use the fingerprint reader, but want something more secure than a series of numbers that anyone can watch you enter, you can use Direction Lock. This unlocks your phone with a series of swipes across the screen. Most people won't even know what you're doing. You can save photos in RAW format. Normally, when a photo is taken, Samsung will boost saturation, contrast, and sharpness automatically. If you save the photo in RAW format, none of those changes will be made, so you can adjust the photo exactly to your liking. Keep in mind that RAW format photos take up over 4 times the amount of space compared to the standard JPEG photos, and can only be edited with special programs like Photoshop that know how to work with RAW files. You can swipe to the side while on a phone call to reveal a bunch of shortcuts. This makes it easy to send a quick email to the person you're talking to, check your recent messages with the person, go straight to the internet or your contacts, check your calendar if you're trying to make plans, or even write a quick note that you can send to the person you're talking to. You can save pages for offline reading with the built-in web browser. This is great if you need to get on a plane but want to finish reading a couple long articles while you're in the air. It has Find My Mobile, which allows you to get the GPS location of your phone, make it ring if you lost it at home, turn on emergency or ultra power saving mode, lock your phone, delete all the data from your device, lock or completely remove Samsung Pay, and import your call logs to see who the thief has been calling, all remotely from any device with a data connection. This is a great feature for catching a thief or simply finding your Note 5 if you lost it. You can scrub through movies more accurately by sliding your finger up above the scrubber. You can move at full speed, half speed, or quarter speed to find that one scene you're looking for. Pressing the power button while watching a video locks the controls so you can hand the phone to someone else without having to worry about them hitting any of the on-screen buttons, the capacitive buttons, or even the home button by accident and leaving the video. Smart Stay keeps your screen on as long as you're looking at it. No more having to tap the screen every so many seconds just to keep the screen from shutting off. Tapping the heart rate sensor takes a picture with the front-facing camera, making it much easier to hold the phone steady while taking a selfie. Smart Lock disables your lock screen when you're connected to a trusted device like a smartwatch, Bluetooth headphones, or any other Bluetooth-enabled device, when you're near a trusted place like your home or a family member's house, when you use voice commands and it recognizes your voice, or with on-body detection, which keeps your phone unlocked as long as it's in your pocket or in your hand. Once you place the phone down on a table, it will lock. You can enable or disable as many of these as you want. You can record game footage directly on the Note 5 using a Samsung exclusive app called Game Recorder Plus. No more camera over-the-shoulder shots for game reviewers. There's a built-in dynamic widget that you can set up to change based on your location. So, if you typically use the Bible app, YouTube, and the internet when you're home, those apps will appear when you get home. And if you typically use a tip calculator and check out what's nearby when you're out and about, those apps will show up automatically when you're out on the town. It has S Pen alerts to notify you if you forgot to put your S Pen back in before walking away. Never lose your S Pen again. You can quickly change the size of the text on the Messages app by pinching in or out. If you're not a fast typer, you can set up the keyboard to automatically detect when you remove the S Pen and switch to handwriting mode. Now you can just handwrite all of your messages instead of wasting time fumbling around with the keyboard. You can get a USB on-the-go cable to connect almost any USB accessory to your phone, including an external storage, cameras to either charge them or copy photos from them, other smartphones to simply charge one with the other, and much more. You can use Miracast or Chromecast, which allow you to wirelessly mirror anything from your phone screen to any TV with a Miracast or Chromecast dongle. And if you connect a keyboard and mouse to your Note 5, you can even use Chromecast or Miracast to literally turn your Note 5 into an Android-based desktop computer. The keyboard has a number of features, including size adjustment, the ability to add phrase shortcuts to make typing your most commonly used phrases a breeze, and the option to choose between using swipe to type or cursor control, which scrolls through your text when you swipe left or right. This makes fixing that one letter much easier. You can take a selfie just by raising your hand when using the front-facing camera. This is great when you don't want to risk shaking the camera when taking a photo. It has advanced audio settings for audio files. These include a UHQ upscaler, which scales up the sound quality of your music and videos, Sound Alive Plus, which tries to simulate surround sound, and Tube Amp Pro, which simulates the, quote, soft timbre of a tube amplifier. To my ears, this just made the bass a bit heavier. These enhancements seem to be hit or miss depending on what I'm listening to, so I recommend that you try all of them and see which one works best for what you listen to. There's also an Adapt Sound feature to fine-tune the audio output of the phone to any pair of headphones. This allows you to improve the sound quality of a cheap pair of headphones you have. It has tracking autofocus, which tracks the moving object you're filming and keeps that object in focus no matter how close or far they get from the camera. You can use the screen write function in the Air Command menu to quickly take a screenshot of something and start writing on it. You can also turn the screenshot into a scroll capture, which captures even more of the page for a very long screenshot. This function works in any app that you can scroll in. If you tap the edit icon while looking at a photo, then swipe over and tap collage, you can create some phenomenal collages to post to social networks. You can change the aspect ratio, choose from a large range of layouts which change based on how many photos you have, change the border of the photos, change the background, and even shuffle everything if you want to get a quick collage. You can also pan and zoom across your images in case something isn't lined up quite right, and replace, remove, add effects to, rotate, or crop the images all from within Collage Studio. The camera has a selective autofocus mode that allows you to choose what you want to focus on after you take the picture. Clicking the S Pen button, then tapping Smart Select allows you to take a screenshot of a specific area of the screen and save it as an image in your gallery or scrapbook. Think of this like taking a screenshot and cropping all in one step. This is great for quickly making a list of potential vacation places, items to buy for Christmas, or any other list you want to put together, and neatly organize it in your scrapbook. You can even use the Auto Shape feature, which automatically outlines just the image it thinks you're trying to capture and removes the background from it. If the outline isn't quite right, you can adjust it with the plus or minus icons. When you're finished, just tap the scrapbook or gallery icons to save it. The screen on the Galaxy Note 5 is ranked as the best screen for outdoor visibility on any mobile device by DisplayMate, one of the leading display review companies. Check out their full review by clicking the link in the description below. DisplayMate also says that the screen has the most accurate color reproduction of any smartphone or tablet currently on the market, and that the screen is, quote, visually indistinguishable from perfect. It has pop-up window, which allows you to have up to 5 pop-up windows open and 1 background window open at the same time. This is useful if you're constantly on Twitter and Facebook and want quick access to those apps no matter what you're doing on your phone. Or if you need to use your calculator on top of another app to quickly add expenses up. To enable this, just swipe down from the top right or left corner of a supported app. You can also enable this by long pressing a supported app in the Recent Apps menu. When watching a video, you can swipe up or down on the left side of the screen to adjust the brightness, or swipe up or down on the right side of the screen to adjust the volume. The Galaxy Note 5 has a Quad HD display. To put that into perspective, that's almost twice the resolution of the display on the iPhone 6s Plus. You can play virtual reality, games, and content when you connect your Note 5 to the Samsung Gear VR. The Gear VR for the Galaxy Note 5 hasn't been released yet, but when it is, I'll be sure to post a link in the description to where you can get one. To learn more about the Gear VR for the Note 4, including hidden features, check out the links in the description. The voice recorder app has a mode called Voice Memo, which converts everything you say to text. It also records the audio in case you want to listen to the memo later instead of reading it. The S Pen can sense over 2,000 levels of pressure and feels very close to writing with a real pen. This allows you to create amazing works of art right on the phone. All of these images were drawn with a Galaxy Note. It has S Note, which is an extremely powerful app with some of the coolest editing features I've ever seen. This isn't just a note app. You can also make charts and graphs of all sorts, collaborate with coworkers on designs, and so much more. That's why I had to make an entire video dedicated just to this one app. If you want your mind blown, click the banner above or the link in the description to learn more about S Note. Now time for some bonus features that didn't quite make the top 100 list. You can enable one-handed mode, which shrinks the keyboard, dialer, in-call buttons, calculator, and unlock pattern to make one-handed use easier. It has a clipboard which holds everything you copy. This is useful for copying multiple bits of text or images and pasting it into a message all in one shot. You can finally leave group conversations in messages. You can customize which applications can post notifications in your notification shade. This is great for disabling those annoying notifications from games that constantly remind you to play them. You can also set up priority notifications if you want notifications from a specific app like Messages to always stay on top of all of your other notifications. You can also hide lock screen notification content from specific apps for personalized privacy. You can print on just about any printer you have directly from the Note 5. This is a great feature if you need to quickly print a document that someone just emailed to you. If you tap on a day in the calendar with the S Pen, you can quickly handwrite event details. It has reading mode in the built-in web browser, which strips out everything except text and images to make the web page easier to read. You can also adjust the size of the text without cutting off the ends like you would with pinch to zoom. Lastly, you can even turn on night mode if the white background is too bright for you when you're reading at night. You can get weather notifications, which will give you the forecast for the day in a simple notification when you wake up in the morning. If you aren't comfortable with your password being shown to the world character by character when you type it in front of someone, you can disable the Make Passwords Visible option. This will make it so no one can see the last character you typed. The notification shade disappears when you adjust the brightness, so you can set the brightness level more accurately. You can enable Assistant menu, which turns on a floating icon that brings up a bunch of useful shortcuts when tapped. You can even set those to be contextual so they change depending on which application you have open. It has customizable quick toggles, and if you long press a quick toggle, it takes you directly to the settings for that toggle. Flappy Bird is built right into Android Lollipop as an Easter egg. The world clock looks cool and even highlights time zones. The volume automatically lowers when you plug in your headphones. So if you had the volume turned all the way up when your phone was plugged into your car, then later plug your headphones in, you won't blow your eardrums out. You can quickly customize how many apps and widgets can fit on your home screens. It has a video collage mode which allows you to take 4 separate videos and have them play back in a collage. You can change the length of the recording, the shape of the collage, as well as choose from 3 different types of collages, including a standard collage, a slow motion collage, or a sequence of videos. This feature is cool because, well, Samsung said so? I honestly have no idea what I'd use this feature for. If you can think of something useful, definitely let me know in the comments below. You can change the color of your folders to make it easier to identify what's in each folder. You can enable manual zoom in the built-in web browser so you can zoom in and out of pages that you usually wouldn't be able to. You can sign and mark up a PDF right on the Note 5. No more having to print out PDFs to sign them. There's a camera option built into the keyboard that allows you to take a picture of some words and automatically convert it to digital text. And if you're searching for something in the internet browser, it can automatically pull out just the web address from the picture. There's a magnifier widget that uses the rear camera as a magnifying glass. This is great for reading very small text. You can record in slow motion, and while it's not as crisp or smooth as the slow motion on the iPhone 6 or 6S, it's still a lot of fun to use. So there you have it, 100 plus reasons why the Galaxy Note 5 is awesome. Let me know what your favorite Galaxy Note 5 feature is in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, let me know by giving it a like and sharing it on social networks. Also, be sure to follow Techisode TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+ to stay up to date on all of my upcoming videos. Lastly, don't forget to check out the Techisode TV website at techisode.tv for exclusive content that won't be on the YouTube channel. One more thing, guys. I'm super excited to announce that my wife has just published her first book, and it is now officially on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It's called Fragile, 30 Days of Hope for the Anxious Heart, and it's for anyone who struggles with debilitating anxiety or worry. So if that's something that you struggle with, I'll have a link in the description where you could learn more about the book or get one for you or a friend. That's it for this Techisode. I'll see you guys in the next one.